Hi, everyone. Mitch from PickDogs.com here with Jay and Chris. I had problems with Skype communication. That's why that's why we're a little bit late. Screw them. Microsoft sucks. That's why they were the kings of the world, and now that's why they're not anymore. It's like let's make it as difficult as we possibly can to use our products. It's like it doesn't even make any sense. Jay, you gonna shock the world and take the Giants here today? Is that what we're all prepping for? I mean, a little bit of. What happens if the Giants beat the Cowboys tonight? Do you renounce your throne? Do you? What happens here, man? If you lose to the Giants tonight, I mean, is it all time low? Is it like we burned your Colorado shirt? I mean, what goes on here?
Hey, positive vibes, positive vibes, positive vibes. We don't lose to the Giants. It's something we don't do.
What happens if it happens? I mean, I think there's got to be ramifications, right, Chris? I mean, we're not gonna let it slide.
If that were to happen, I think Mike McCarthy might get fired on the field.
I think
Get the Bielema treatment.
I think Jay has to burn the Colorado hat. Rod, remember right?
Careful burning anything from Colorado. You might get like a secondhand high or something like that.
Yep. Money making Thursday, though, ladies and gentlemen. Money making Thursday. We got one college football, one NFL, and 10 Major League Baseball. So,
Yep.
not the biggest.
9 now that the Braves game got moved.
It got moved.
Yeah, so it's going to be a doubleheader on Monday.
So basically, it's going to be 2-game playoff. Basically,
it could be. Well, depending on how this weekend series shakes out. Like mathematically, if you look at this, I'm just trying to see the standings here for the wild card. So, Braves don't play today. So when the Braves sweep that last 3-game series, they go to 89 and 71. The Mets will drop to 87 and 73. Yeah, then the Mets will have to sweep the doubleheader to tie and force a
what?
Force a game 163. I was just saying that in the hopes that Jay would pick up that I was.
I know. I'm fin too. I just had to put the schedule my damn self because I you over there. So the Mets got 3 with the Brewers, and then them 2 with the Braves, and the Braves got 3 with the Royals, and then the 2 with the Mets. And Mets currently have a 1 game or half game lead? They have a full game lead, 1 game lead.
One game.
Little brown jug.
Realistically, it's probably going to come down to that doubleheader.
What doubleheader?
It's probably is. Like Mets probably go 2-2.
Little brown jug.
And then, it's gonna be tight. What are but the Braves are a full game back, but they got 2 against them, so it's gonna be tight. Yep.
Someone
Yeah,
said they should. Someone said they should do a compilation of this.
It'll just look like one of those like never ending like we'll be there for.
The thing is that sometimes I'm low, sometimes I'm high. It's like, I try and hit the lens every time, but it's like I don't. That's for sure. I like some days when it goes really low and it flutters low, I'm always like, oh no, it's gonna be a bad day.
It's like that's how it's determined the kind of day you're gonna have.
Some days it's like, well, it can't get any worse, right?
Yeah.
I mean, these are just the ones that hit the camera and bounce back on my desk over the last.
Good Lord.
Y'all are old. I think when we were in Vegas, I saw Chris still write his shit down too, and you did too. Yeah,
so that's how you do it.
Chris writes down, you write down. Fuck
that's how it's done, man. Oh yeah, this is how it's done.
Oops, I can't tell you the last time I really picked up a pen or paper.
Like, that's why you're you and not me.
I just, you know what I mean? I got this app right here, this beautiful thing called the Notes app. Look at all the notes.
My phone's out of juice, man. I got to charge up. I'm out of juice. Hey, Jay, where are you at? I'm out of juice, man. I'm out of juice. I'm on a heater here at the craps table, man. Oh, I can't make it. I'm out of juice, man. It's true. Yet the whole world passed you by. These people, I see them like at these spots, and the whole event, they're just watching it through the phone camera. It's like, you missed the whole freaking thing, man. My wife's blowing bubbles over here. Give me the funny look. Hey, Sammy. It's like, that's how I procrastinate in the morning. It's like, I'm petting my dog. It's like, what are you doing? Procrastinating. Petting the dog. Do it every day. It's like, got a million things to do. It's like laying on the bed. My wife was sitting on the couch yesterday. She was all comfortable. So I came over the side to tickle her on the stomach when she wasn't looking. Sam jumps up on her like he's going to attack me. And he licks my hand. He's a tough guy. Anyways, got a new soccer guy. Not Kirk.
Ah.
Yeah. What do you guys think of Kirk and Goran's thumbnail? Don't want to. Not that there's anything wrong with it. Some of them are just a little. I don't know. You tell me. Let me see if I can find the ones. Not the Euro ones. Let's see if I can find one. What college football game you looking most forward to?
Oof, Alabama, Georgia. But if we're talking about one that's kind of under the radar that I'm looking forward to, let's see.
It's a couple good ones for me. We got, of course, Texas A&M and Arkansas here in the city. That's gonna be pretty fun. We also got see if my guy, man, Mr. Heisman, who not gonna win Heisman, Avery Johnson can bounce back after looking terrible a week ago. And then, of course, every week, hashtag coming. Colorado, UCF. So them probably the three outside of course, Georgia, Alabama.
All right, so here it is. Okay, you guys tell me. You thought I was just going to leave it alone. It's just not how I roll. Macklemore and Ryan Lewis.
What?
What's going on here? I don't know, man.
Kirk looks like he was caught in like one of those like shampoo commercial windstorms before the picture was taken.
It's like, hey guys, I'm here. Oh man, I don't know, man. Just not really what I thought that. It's not what I thought they were going for. Yeah, new soccer guy said it's a Romanelli. He's like, we need a new soccer guy. I'm like, I guess so, man. We'll bag on it constantly. It'll be a human resource issue by the time it's all said and done. So, Jay, what's talking Dallas? Do or die? Kind of like,
because we're all expecting this to be the bounce back, beat the brakes off the Giants like we always do. And then
what if it doesn't happen? What if?
I haven't seen a sign that suggests that it won't. So
the Giants won last week. The Cowboys didn't.
But who did they beat?
Plus, I read significant YouTube comments of people leaning towards the.
Of course, the stats out there. The dogs of 6 or more are, whatever the stat is, 8-5 straight up, and like 12-2 ATS, I think is the number. This far this season, like dogs, if you've just been betting big dogs outright or plus the points, you've been cashing. So that is working against the Cowboys tonight. One of the ones that we did see that covered though was the two that didn't were the Jets, when the Jets beat the hell out of, or not beat the hell out of, but whoever they covered against on the other night, primetime. And the other one was the Rams, and that was a bad beat to open up the season. So those are the only two big dogs that haven't cashed thus far this season. So that's working in the Giants' favor. But
I like Michigan State to beat Ohio State outright. Money line. Ohio State's ass. Speaking of ass, last 4 days of the Major League Baseball season. So how it goes. Got the Brewers and the Pirates. Got the Royals and the Nationals. Someone just give us a thumbs down. Wow. That was cold. And the Rays and the Tigers. Give Mitch that thumbs down. Show his ass. Show him his boss. Thumbs down. I'm unsubbing.
That'll teach him.
I'm unsubbing.
That scared the crap out of me.
I'm unsubbing.
It's on another screen.
I'm unsubbing that shit. We didn't do our football show yesterday. Someone set up a meeting today for me on Microsoft Teams. I think we're going to cancel just because that's the platform they select. No one uses that shit.
Just because that's the host.
I don't even think I can get in. Well, Chris, who do you like in this segment?
These three. All right,
Yeah,
I'm gonna
these
go
three.
with.
That would be this segment.
Sorry, I meant like these three, comma. I'm gonna go with the Milwaukee Brewers. I don't love Aaron Savale, but I think that
When you don't love Aaron
Pirates.
Savale, since when?
I don't love Aaron Savale. I've never loved Aaron Savale.
I beg to differ. Jay, do you think Chris is
Roof loves Savale.
loves Savale?
I can't wait for Savale.
Don't worry.
I can't wait for
Don't worry, Jay. He'll fold under cross-examination.
I cannot wait for Savale to retire so that I don't have to listen to that anymore.
Oh, you'll still be listening to that.
I just need Savale to not crap the bed because I think the Brewers bats will get to Mitch Keller here. But yeah, give me the Brewers in that one. Give me the Royals. I don't trust Patrick Corbin to have a good start here. Yeah, his last 3 starts at home, he's gone 6 innings, given up 1 run or less in each. But the Royals have been able to take care of business so far in this series. And the Nationals have yet to score a run. They've been shut out in 3 straight games. Doesn't inspire much confidence here. I'm going to go with the Royals. And I'm going to take the Tigers. Reese Olson. The stocks dipped a little bit on Olson, but look at the problem that he was having earlier in the year was that he would pitch well, wouldn't get the run support. But now the Tigers are hot. Going up against the Rays, who haven't been consistent offensively. I think the Tigers get the very key sweep here. So give me the Tigers in this one.
Royals run line for me. Last time this season I get to fade Patrick Corbin. It's pretty much what it amounts to. One thing I had to remember with the Royals is the reason I thought that they were going to be so bad down the stretch was because of their schedule. The Royals haven't really been that hard of a team to figure out. When they play good teams, they don't play that well. When they play bad teams, they beat the hell out of them. And I think that's just what continues here. So they came out of that soft spot of their schedule. They got the Nationals, who rolled over and died at the All-Star break. I think Waka pitches well. I think the Royals bats can get the Corbin. I would lay a run line with Kansas City. I would lean in the direction of the Tigers as well. No real room for error. Aren't the Rays now eliminated? They're cooked. I'm not totally in love with it, but I would definitely lean in the direction of the Tigers. Maybe a parlay style piece for me. So them the two I like are Royals and the Tigers.
I like the Rays all day and twice on Thursday. This is their spot. Let me tell you something about Reese Olson, Chris. He's ass. Okay? He's ass. You can't spell ass without Reese Olson. He is ass. I would go Rays reverse run line. They're gonna rip their hearts out and tap dance right across Comerica. I'm telling you, man. This is a miserable spot for the Tigers, man. This is a
the Rays are dog shit.
What?
The Rays are ass.
Dude.
That's all we need to know.
You're hinging your freaking word here. Reese Olson, 2 innings last, 2.1 innings and 3 innings. He's still getting racked in just that limited body of work. He's been getting crushed in just a few innings. He's dead man walking, man. Rays all day, man. This is about as easy as it gets. I watched Alexander last time out. He was mystifying out on the mound. He was dazzling the Toronto Blue Jays. The 1-0 pitcher's duel against Barrios. He lasted all 4 1/3. Yeah, hard-earned work. Hard-earned. I like the way he looked out there. Yeah, it's all Alexander. Yeah, that's right, Chris. Run like a Frenchman. Go ahead.
Yeah, for a third of an inning before he gets rocked.
It's none of your business, Chris. You wouldn't understand this. It's over
Alexander's
your
gonna
head.
get crushed.
Chris.
Alexander's gonna get crushed.
Chris, it went way over your head. Huh? It's not coming back. We're taking the Rays in this one. We call this one. This is what's termed in the business. This is what's termed in the business is easy money.
Overruled. I'm holding you in contempt.
I like Patrick Corbin to get it done at home in his farewell tour in Washington against the Royals. His final game of that $150 million contract.
He's off the rails, fellas. He's off the rails.
No way, man. It's his last game. He's actually pitched really well down the stretch. He's looking for a job from another team. He's not going to get the kind of money that he's making. We know that. But he will get a job with the varsity of some other team for sure. And he's pitched well in this trial period, if you will. I'm going to roll with Corbin. I think he gets it home here. I think the Royals, straight ass. And
Mitch going to be there.
I'm taking Savali and the Brew Crew. Mitch Keller just really falling apart down the stretch here. I'm going to roll with the Brewers. In fact, I'll parlay that up. Brewers, Nationals, Tampa Bay Rays. 3-teamer. Chris, your witness. We've got the Angels and the Sox, Cardinals and the Rockies, and the A's and the Rangers.
I just went first.
You just went first?
Didn't I? Didn't I? I thought I did.
A's for me. It's probably the most public play on the board. It's probably a done. Sold out crowd. Last one. Let's do it. My Rangers were ass anyway. We ain't playing for nothing. We're terrible. So it's not like I expect them to do anything with expectations right now. So I'll take Oakland. Last hoorah for the city, man. It's gonna be packed out. Give me Oakland. Give me Colorado. Isn't this their last home game as well?
No, I think they have a homestand to close out the year.
Do they?
Yeah,
they got the Dodgers to close out the year. So, but still, back-to-back losses to the Cardinals. That's not Rocky style baseball. How many times have the Rockies been swept in the Rockies this season? I don't think they have. So to expect it to happen here, I can't. Give me the Rockies. I know I love betting the Rockies and the Rockies, so I'm not gonna overcomplicate it. I'm just gonna take them.
Let's see if they have. That's interesting. I didn't even think of that if the Rockies have been swept.
I don't think they've been swept this season in the Rockies. I might be wrong though.
My turn?
Yeah.
All right. I think these are easy. I think it's just an easy day of baseball. Just a lot of slow pitch. I like the over in the White Sox Angels. Flexen, Anderson, shit stain. Both these guys, just all sorts of problems. It's a lean to the White Sox at the plus price. Rockies, layup, and Texas. Jay, I can't believe you're selling out your team like this with your star pitcher on the mound. The A's are ass. They're moving for a reason, man, and it's because all those fans didn't show up for all that time. So all of a sudden, now the fans show up. I think the A's give them a big. That's what I would do.
That's not why the A's.
I heard the A's aren't going to wear pants today. That's what I heard.
The A's owner is ass. They ain't paid nobody in my entire lifetime. So.
Because they don't have fans in the stands to do it. The stadium's like owned by the county, so they can't like redo the stadium and all that stuff because the people vote. The people vote on that sort of thing. That sort of thing. When the stadium's owned by the county, the people that make those decisions are voted into office. It's all a wrinkle all the way down. And the thing is that I don't believe as a fan that any city that signs a bill to pay for a team stadium are suckers of suckers of suckers, man.
Here's my thing.
They're suckers, man.
The owner of the Oakland A's is terrible. He's a money hungry, penny pinching type
Can't
of
be
guy.
both. Can't be both.
No, you definitely can't be both. You penny pinch and you're hungry for money, so you keep all of it that you have. That's the type of guy.
What do they have? What do they have?
He's a guy that inherited the franchise from his family, and he's basically ran it into the ground. Now he's trying to run to Vegas and say, "Save me, help me." And they still have no contingency plan.
They didn't. They didn't give him the stadium. I mean, he never got the stadium improvements or the place to build a stadium or anything like that from the city, Jay. So what's he supposed to do? Compete in this like old relic of a ballpark that's not a Fenway Park or Wrigley Field, but still like a field that's almost as old as those. And then at the same time, he's up against like these other stadiums that they rebuild a new one every 20 years. I mean, in Texas, they build a new stadium every freaking 20 years for the Rangers. They do, man. The Rangers have had 3 stadiums in the last 20 years. Camden Yards, they're going to build a new one, man. Like all those stadiums, they build a new one. Chris, how much does the Blue Jays stadium cost?
Oh, after all the renovations they just did?
Yeah. I mean, and look at the Oakland Stadium. Compare that. How many luxury boxes do they have in Oakland? I'm going to guess 0. And this was a franchise that won for many, many years. You know, back in the early 70s, this team was unbeatable. In the 80s, when they had Canseco and McGuire, they were stacked, man. They were. That World Series with the earthquake against the Giants.
Money.
Dave Stewart.
I have no problem spending money. You know,
Dennis Eckersley. I mean, they were in the World Series several times. They won one with the Canseco and McGuire. They swept the Giants out of town, man.
So, you know, all I know is my owner's spending money. Sometimes we try to spend too much money. That'd be our problem. So,
well, they got more rings than you guys. A lot more hardware than you guys.
I know, and I don't feel like they're showing the love to the people that supported them. Instead, they're abandoning them. That's all I'm saying.
You know, you did have the manager that got busted for, what was he doing, crack or blow? One of those things that hookers were involved in.
He back out there right now for them socks. I get some socks today.
That's how they roll, man. That's how they roll, man. That's how they roll. Whatever it takes. Whatever it takes to get you through the day. That's what I say.
If he wanted to be in Oakland, he would have paid the money to be in Oakland.
He doesn't want to be in Oakland. Why would you want to be in Oakland when you could be in Vegas? It is a losing proposition. You're the second team.
That's all.
But here's the thing.
That's all I'm saying.
Like Texas has several teams, but they're way spread out from one another. This is 2 teams right on top of each other. Right? The A's and the Giants are right on top of each other, man. It's not like, you know, one's. It's like the Warriors were in Oakland. They moved to. I mean, it's like they just moved right across the bridge. It was like no one said anything, right? They're still Golden State Warriors, right? It's like nobody said anything, but they moved too, man. It's like it's the same thing. It's like, what's the difference? What about the old Cow Palace? Remember the old Cow Palace? This is probably way before your time. Rick Barry at the Cow Palace for the Warriors. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. The Cow Palace. Yeah. I mean, Seattle will soon have a basketball team when the Raptors, you know. That'll be it. The Sonics had that wonderful blend. Slow white guys, fast black guys. It's like made everybody look faster or slower. It's just a weird combination of players. Just way out of sync. But they made it work. Dennis Johnson was on the Sonics. DJ. They had the Greyhound, Walter Davis. Remember the Greyhound, Chris? Probably before your time.
Yeah.
Jay, you know the Greyhound? Walter Davis. You would have loved the Greyhound. He would have been your guy. He would have been your guy, man. He was our playground guy. The Greyhound. Walter Davis. I know there's old school people in the comments. They know the Greyhound, man. Jack Sikma. I like the old NBA like that. John Lucas. Just don't have the cocaine busts he used to have in the NBA. More colorful. Anyways, what were we talking about again? What's up? Jay? Did you already give your picks? You took the A's, right?
A's and the Rockies for me.
Sad. Chris?
I want to here's the Rockies. It's been once. It's once they were swept at home this season. It was by the Reds, really early this season. Yeah, I think the Rockies salvaged something here. Like I said, I don't like this time slot at all. But I'll stick with the Rockies, and I'll lean towards the Angels just because it's Chris Flexen Day. So give me the Rockies and the Angels, but yeah, I don't love it.
All right. A lot of excitement going on today. Got the Orioles and the Yankees. Got the Marlins and the Twins. And the Dodgers and the Padres. Padres still in it, man. Really lost a little hope last night. Last night was one of those nights I only gave out one premium pick on baseball. I would have lost every other game. I gave out one, I won it, and I would have lost every other game on the board. I don't think I gave out one winner on the live show except for the game that was my premium pick, which was the Guardians against Jakob Eunice. It's me. I'm going to go with the Yankees against the Orioles. I see Corbin Burns. I just got to be on the other side of it. Just something about him. He's so smug. I'm going to take the Orioles there. I like the Marlins against the Twins. I don't see the Twins stringing any wins together here, giving their fans false sense of hope. Why drag them through it again? They already dragged them through it all season, only to collapse here down the stretch. The Twins and the D-backs really, I'm not mad. I'm just disappointed in both of them. And then the Padres over the Dodgers, of course. Goes without saying. I see Walker Buehler. I take the other team. He stinks. He's a shell of his former self. I'm embarrassed for him. Jay?
I would lean towards the Dodgers in this one. Padres, Musgrove. It's a tough game. It really is. Musgrove is pitched solid in his last couple of games. More so just hating on the Padres. I'm not in love with this slot. I'm just trying to find some here. Did the Marlins win yesterday?
Hey, Sammy. Nope, they lost. That's what I said. I would have lost every single game.
Yeah. I'm not in love with nothing really here in this back end of the slot, fellas. I'm not. I'm trying to search for some here. Burns versus Cole. Yankees done lost back-to-back. Ooh, yeah, the Yankees. I'll lean in that direction as well, but not in love with anything here. Maybe parlay up the Yankees and the Dodgers.
Walter Davis was a 6-time NBA All-Star, the Greyhound. Rookie of the Year. Yeah. And he's also, so this year, actually, he was elected to the Basketball Hall of Fame. This year. The Greyhound, Walter Davis. Posthumously. That means he's dead. Played for 15 years. The Suns, the Nuggets, the Blazers, and the Nuggets again. So he was always out in the Western Conference, the way West teams. So to make All-Star and be all that stuff from being on one of those way out West teams back then, before cable TV. Yeah, he doesn't like you very much. Hi, Sammy. Yeah, he's hiding here from you, Carrie. That's why. Yeah, that's what happens. Greyhound. Davis was called Sweet D at UNC, where he played his college career. 5th overall pick out of UNC. Yeah. This is our educational segment of the show, in case anyone's wondering.
This is where we sit in a circle and learn.
Yeah, we learn. He's learning. All right, we done with baseball for today?
Yep.
What do you guys want to talk about? You guys seem a little like you got something else going on. WNBA.
Doing NFL or college football.
Wow, Chris. A little pushy here, man.
Oh, sorry. I thought that's what you meant. Like, which do we want to do?
I know what games are being played. It just seems that you guys want to talk about something else.
Oh.
Like,
No WNBA.
Like what he giving out for Halloween?
I'll tell you what. I got my.
I like the Chargers.
I got my season. I got my season-long NFL pass on sale for $3.99.
What are you giving out for Halloween? Take the Chargers.
Well, I'll tell you what. I got.
This week's Italian pops to put something on the chest.
Yeah.
Tell your old man to put a little something on the Chargers.
It was the great debate of, do you give out the full-size candy bars or just the small ones?
Walter Davis averaged almost 19 points a game in his NBA career. You guys never even heard of him. Sad. This year you'll hear him because he's going in. He died in November of 2023.
Have you had to re-up the chocolate yet?
Wow, he has his number is retired at Carolina. That's serious business. What's that? We haven't been able to buy Halloween candy yet because last year, by the time Halloween came around, we only had 3 left. Army versus Temple. Jay, this is where the rubber meets the road.
This is where the rubber meets the road. I'm not going to overcomplicate this one. I'm going to lay the points with Army. I think they're favored basically by 2 touchdowns on the road for a good reason. I think this Temple team is terrible. We see Navy, who kind of runs something similar, beat up on them. I think Army does the exact same. I know Army's on the road here, but Army's been impressive. How they beat up on Rice, beat up on FAU. I'm not really high on either of those 2 teams, but still, I think the ground attack for Army is going to be too much here for Temple. Am I excited about laying 2 touchdowns with an academy team? Not really, but I believe it's the right play. So just trusting my eyes. I think roster for roster, player for player, Army's a better football team, and I think they get downhill on Temple. Temple might quit like 4th, 3rd quarter. You know what I mean? You get tired of getting blocked all game, especially when, people not throwing the ball. Like, I get annoying. It gets real annoying, and you start to get mad. They might roll over. 2 touchdown win at least for Army.
Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to go with the over here. Temple having to prepare for the option on a short week. And even then, sure, Temple, I think they're going to score some points here because they've looked good offensively since making the quarterback change to Evan Simon. I mean, Simon threw for 5 touchdowns last week against Utah State. But he's going up against a tougher defense here. That being said, though, I still think that, Temple could put up 14 points in this one. But Simon's not going to help a Temple rush defense. It's 124th in stopping the run, 118th in yards per carry allowed. We know what Army wants to do. They want to run the football. This is one of those games where I think you're going to see multiple 50-plus yard runs broken off by Army. High-scoring games. So higher scoring game than at least you'd expect for a service academy. I mean, Temple already played Navy earlier this year and gave up 38 points in that one. Still went over the total, so you'll be over in Temple Army.
I'm gonna roll with Army in this one in the under. I just think Army just controls the entire game. They look for the time possession to be high, and I think for them to just stay on schedule. That's what they do, and I think that they'll use the entire, time play clock down to the last second. That's Army football. Army's been tremendous at Lincoln Financial Field. They play the Army Navy game there a bunch also. Temple's it's a real shit show over there. Temple. I'm gonna take the Army.
You just slid that in there.
It is, man. Did you see the Oklahoma game?
Temple's a real shit show.
It is, man. You know how they give their players each week the number 1 through 9. It's their guys, and it's like, oh man, yeah, it's a bad idea that got worse. We got the Giants taking on the Cowboys. It is Thursday night football under the lights. Short week for both these teams. Giants coming off of an impressive win over the Cleveland Browns. Both these teams have one win. Both of them are against the Cleveland Browns. The Cowboys beat them a little bit more decisively. The Giants beat them less decisively. The Giants beat them at home, right? And the Cowboys beat them on the road. The Cowboys are on the road in this one. We all remember last year's opening Sunday night game. The Cowboys blocked that field goal and returned it for a touchdown, and the game was over at that point. But I would say if the Cowboys lose this one, the natives will be restless. They'll be calling for some heads, and I wouldn't be surprised to see Trey Lance get a little action. Jake, what do you think?
49-17, 40-0, 28-20, 23-16, 21-6, 44-20. The closest game, the last time the Giants would have covered this point spread was January 3rd, 2021, where they beat Dallas 23-20, 23-19. But I believe in that game, that was Andy Dalton. So come on, man. The game before that was 37-34 Dallas. That was also Andy Dalton. I'm just trying to tell y'all when the game's Dak and the Giants. I'm just letting y'all know. The game before that, so Dak 2019, 37-18, 35-17. So the last 8 times Dak Prescott has played the New York Giants, we beat the hell out of the Giants. What has been the Dallas Cowboys' issue this season?
No, they're ass. Besides that,
we cannot stop the run. We can't stop the run.
They've been ass. I mean, let's be honest.
We saw the Baltimore Ravens able to rush the football effectively, and we saw the Saints able to rush the football effectively. Well, the Giants might have put a little fear in my heart to be able to do that if they still had the guy that's now still in the same division, but now on another team called the Philadelphia Eagles. I don't think the Giants can be able to run the football. And everybody's enamored with Malik Neighbors. Well, I'm here to tell y'all, the guy that, last time he was healthy led the league in interceptions is going up against the guy who has thrown the most interceptions. So it's like, come on, man. It's like schemes matter, matchups matter. This has been a terrible matchup for the Giants for the last 6 seasons. The last 6 seasons has been a terrible matchup. Nothing has changed here. Do not let 2 weeks overshadow, what's really going on here. The Dallas Cowboys are far and away the better football team. Malik Neighbors, I think he's going to be boxed up by my guy Diggs tonight. I got the 7 on, the same jersey we got on tonight. I'm not overcomplicating this one. I don't expect the sky to fall. We're not losing to the Giants. It's probably not even going to be competitive. I might be asleep by halftime. Lay the points. Don't overcomplicate it.
Yeah, I'm going to take the over here. Only reason that this this over streak isn't at 4 is because of that 40-0 game last year, and the Giants couldn't contribute anything. I think they contribute something to this game, but I think this total's bumped up to 45 for good reason. I think it's going to be a higher scoring game, and even if it turns into another blowout, I still think it gets up and over the total. So give me the over 45 in that one.
LMAO, homie doesn't know how to read lines. Would you like me to walk you through the lines of the last 8 games I just took you through? And everybody keep telling me the same BS. I just walked you through the last 8 games. They weren't competitive, and the lines were competitive. That shit don't matter. Shit doesn't matter. You can throw that shit out the window. What about all them competitive lines with the Panthers the last 2 seasons? What about them competitive lines? It doesn't matter. They're ass. Like, come on, bro. Sometimes you just gotta. It's the X's and O's, bro. Sometimes the shit is X's and O's, and I think we forget that. Sometimes we overcomplicate it with extra numbers and extra things like that. At the end of the day, they're lining up playing football. The Dallas Cowboys have been called weak for 2 weeks. Well, we're definitely more physical than New York. We're finna push these boys over. That's how I see it. And if I'm wrong,
arguing with the Trey Lance show.
I'll see y'all tomorrow. It's a face to music.
Well, we'll know what's going on if Jay shows up for the halftime or not. Yeah. All right. Anything else, Chris? You want to say about Trey Lance and company?
Trey Lance, you've said everything you need to say at that point. Oy.
It's the crowd screaming for Trey Lance.
And the crowd goes mild. Oh, man. Do you think I don't know. Part of me thinks he's still going to get traded.
To who?
I don't
Dolphins?
know. From trade him to the Dolphins for Devon A-Chain.
That sounds like a good deal.
Man.
You're that the running back.
We'll take him and the guy from Kansas State, the Deuce.
I can have him.
Yeah, we'll take him. He's the gem sitting on the bench, man. He's the difference maker. Cowboys.
He got plays in last week.
It's like when the Cowboys passed on Sproles. Just the dumbest move I ever saw in my whole life. Just sitting there on the board. Everyone wanted Sproles except for the Cowboys. Anyways, time for that time. Big dogs. Parlays. In honor of the Greyhound. Jay, who do you like?
Daniel Jones, INT. Dak Prescott, 2 touchdown passes. And we'll go with an Ezekiel Elliott touchdown. That's what we're going. We're going old-fashioned Cowboys against the Giants. So Daniel Jones, INT, Dak Prescott, 2 touchdowns, and Ezekiel Elliott rushing touchdown, bro. See y'all at the window.
Chris?
Let's go with I like the Daniel Jones INT. That was on my list already. Over in Temple Army and San Diego Padres.
I'm going to take Army. I'm going to go under 70.5 receiving yards for Malik Neighbors. And I like Dak Prescott over 8.5 rushing yards. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. What's up?
CeeDee Lamb first touchdown.
This is kind of like opening day when I said all the Marvin Harrison Jr. unders on opening day.
Mm-hmm.
I think today Malik Neighbors is all the unders.
Malik Neighbors.
Yeah. All the unders.
We finna get boxed by cornerback 1. He ain't on my wall for a reason. I just want y'all to know that. Like, I don't have a corner on my wall just for no random reason. Like, come on, bro.
I'll throw in the Rangers as a kicker.
Finna show y'all, man. Finna
Texas Rangers. I think the A's are the worst bet on the board. I'm going to take the Rangers. Thanks, everyone, for joining us. Make it a winning day. We appreciate each and every one of you. You don't have to go home, but you can't stay here. We'll be back tomorrow. Costi will be with us.
Ooh. Okay, Diddy. Wait, can we